Dark resolve and agile precision define Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment. Specter Knight, a swift reaper, must assemble the order of no quarter beneath looming tragedy. Movement feels fluid and expressive, built around wall-running slashes that reward timing and confident positioning. Stage design encourages mastery through vertical routes and hidden upgrades. Boss encounters demand sharp reflexes and careful pattern reading. Striking 8-bit visuals and a haunting chiptune score reinforce its dramatic tone. A focused action platformer shaped by elegance and intensity. Stylized vengeance drives the relentless action of Gungrave G.O.R.E Ultimate Enhanced Edition. Grave, a stoic anti-hero resurrected for retribution, storms crime-ridden cities with twin pistols and overwhelming firepower. Combat emphasizes forward momentum, chaining shots and special attacks to maintain rhythm. Boss battles demand steady focus and resource control. Upgrade systems expand offensive options, encouraging replay for refined performance. Bold anime-inspired visuals and a driving score amplify its intensity. A confident arcade shooter fueled by spectacle and precision. Cooperative chaos and split-second teamwork define every session of Unrailed 2 back on track. Players gather resources and lay tracks ahead of a speeding train that never stops for mistakes. The loop demands constant communication and fluid role switching as terrain grows more demanding. Upgrade stations reward coordinated planning over individual effort. Varied environments and unlockable train builds extend replay across multiple runs. Bright voxel visuals and an upbeat soundtrack maintain the energetic tempo. A joyful cooperative title built for shared laughter. Hostile territories pulse with danger in this intense shooter. A lone operative navigates through deadly procedural zones filled with ruthless enemies. Combat feels precise and demanding, requiring tactical awareness through every tense encounter. Varied weapons and upgrade paths create diverse strategic options throughout. Gritty visuals and a tense electronic score reinforce the hostile atmosphere well. Permadeath and unlockable content ensure strong replay motivation. Deadzone Rogue proves a gripping, well-crafted action roguelite. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin stands out with its seamless mix of side-scrolling combat and thoughtful rice farming. The gameplay loop is both rewarding and meditative, encouraging careful planning and skillful execution. The hand-drawn visuals are rich with detail, while the soundtrack perfectly complements the changing seasons. Characters are lively and memorable, adding humor and heart. It's a game that rewards patience, curiosity, and persistence, making each moment spent in its world feel meaningful and purposeful. Wise Memoire, the Oath in Felghana bursts with vibrant action and a fast-paced combat system that's both accessible and satisfying. The remastered visuals shine with rich detail, and the soundtrack is an absolute standout, soaring, intense, and memorable. Adel's journey feels epic yet personal, with snappy pacing and a sense of momentum that rarely falters. Boss battles are challenging without being unfair, and progression feels rewarding throughout. A fantastic remaster that respects its legacy while feeling fresh and energetic every step of the way. Freedom Planet 2 is an exhilarating platformer that truly captivates from the first level. Its vibrant art style and fluid animations bring the characters to life, while the fast-paced gameplay keeps adrenaline high. The soundtrack perfectly complements the action, making every moment feel epic. Boss battles offer a satisfying challenge without feeling unfair. The story has more depth than expected, adding emotional weight to the adventure. This sequel confidently raises the bar, offering hours of engaging, joyful play for fans of classic side-scrollers. Sateki the Witch Queen, who was concealed in an unmarked tomb for 4,000 years, has emerged. The strange Brigade, a squad of courageous warriors, are the only ones capable of battling Sateki and her mummified abominations. Players must band together in online or local wireless co-op to defeat merciless enemies like as moaning mummies, fire-breathing assassins, and impenetrable minotaurs. The game portrays 4 brave agents who have been trained to confront the supernatural and use motion controls and mystical amulets to unleash destructive blasts.
Breaking out the big guns.
AKIBA'S trip Hellbound and Debriefed offers a fresh take on urban action RPGs with its quirky vampire hunting storyline and vibrant setting. The gameplay is engaging, mixing fast-paced combat with unique mechanics that keep players hooked. Character designs are charming and the humor adds a light-hearted touch without feeling forced. Exploring the city is enjoyable, filled with hidden details and lively NPCs. Fans of stylish, narrative-driven games will find plenty to appreciate in this energetic and imaginative title. Yuppie Psycho Executive Edition is a thrilling and unique horror game that perfectly mixes dark humor with eerie storytelling. The quirky characters and clever puzzles keep players engaged while exploring a bizarre corporate world filled with secrets. Its pixel art style adds charm, creating a captivating atmosphere that stands out in the genre. The gameplay challenges the mind without feeling frustrating, making it an enjoyable journey for fans of psychological horror and satire alike. A genuinely fresh take on office nightmares. Project Warlock is a retro-inspired shooter that pays tribute to the classics while adding its own punchy style. The arsenal is satisfying, with weapons that feel powerful and fun to use against waves of monsters. Levels are varied with secret areas and clever design that encourage exploration. The mix of spellcasting and gunplay adds a layer of strategy that keeps combat fresh. Its chunky pixel art paired with a heavy soundtrack makes each stage feel energetic. What makes it special is how it balances nostalgia with modern touches.
Oh wait, I did. Still waiting. He ain't looking like the old king.
Regalia of Men and Monarchs is a strategic role-playing game set in a distant country, with the player inheriting a debt-ridden monarchy. They begin on a journey to reclaim their family's legacy, which includes difficult turn-based fights, various missions, and distinct monsters. The game has a combination of comedy and grandeur. Players must recruit courageous warriors, administer regions, and form alliances to assure prosperity and expansion. The world is exquisitely designed with breathtaking vistas, dynamic cities, and lovely villages.
Regalia to its former glory.
Pleased to meet you. Relaxing, whimsical, and surprisingly addictive, this cozy alchemy sim sets a gentle pace with light time management and laid-back goals. The refreshed visuals are warm and soft, matching the mellow tone perfectly. Side activities and character interactions add depth without pressure, making it easy to slip into its rhythm. Music carries a nostalgic charm, and the updated interface keeps things smooth. A wonderful way to unwind, especially for those who enjoy games that reward curiosity and steady progress rather than constant action. Shovel Knight, King of Cards adds a vibrant twist to the series with precise platforming, cleverly designed stages, and a card battling mode that brings strategic depth. King Knight's bold personality adds humor and energy throughout, while the pacing keeps each level engaging and rewarding. Retro-inspired visuals paired with an upbeat soundtrack create a lively atmosphere that drives momentum. This adventure is full of clever mechanics and playful challenges that make the royal quest feel both exciting and genuinely satisfying.
Approaching the target.
I was supposed to get my hands on this thing.
HeistGeist is a sharp mix of strategy and storytelling that feels both stylish and thoughtful. The card-based heists keep every move tense, rewarding smart planning over luck. Its world of futuristic crime is brought to life through strong writing and memorable characters. Each mission feels personal, with choices that actually matter to how the story unfolds. The art and soundtrack tie it all together beautifully, making every job feel like part of something bigger. It's clever, engaging, and surprisingly heartfelt in all the right places.
Might as well give it everything I have.
Athenian Rhapsody is a wild, hilarious journey packed with absurd humor, strange characters, and unpredictable choices. Its retro pixel art and creative combat system mix comedy with strategic chaos in the best way. Every playthrough feels unique thanks to the game's focus on player decisions and branching paths. With clever writing and a tone that refuses to take itself seriously, it's hard not to laugh or be caught off guard. Easily one of the funniest and most original RPGs in recent memory. Legend Bowl is a refreshing throwback to classic football games, blending retro aesthetics with deep gameplay mechanics. The pixel art is charming, and the animations are surprisingly smooth, giving each match a nostalgic yet lively feel. What really stands out is the strategic depth. This isn't just arcade fun. Playbooks, weather effects, and player fatigue add layers of realism. Franchise mode is addictively detailed, letting you build and manage your dream team over multiple seasons. It's a satisfying mix of old-school charm and modern sports simulation done right. RAILGRADE builds a satisfying loop of strategy and logistics, where planning rail networks and optimizing cargo flow becomes increasingly rewarding. The sleek visuals and steady progression make managing industrial chaos feel relaxing yet engaging. There's a real sense of accomplishment in watching a perfectly timed train system unfold. What starts as a simple setup evolves into a smart challenge with depth and variety. A solid pick for those who enjoy thoughtful design and watching systems run like clockwork. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove stands as a brilliant celebration of classic action platforming. Each campaign feels distinct, packed with clever mechanics, creative levels, and bosses that reward precision and timing. The pixel art is rich with detail and care, while the soundtrack fuels every moment with old-school energy. With its deep content, satisfying challenge, and smartly tuned gameplay, it captures the magic of retro adventures while feeling completely fresh, proving that timeless design never loses its spark. GUNKID 99 is a shoot-'em-up platformer game. Players move through handcrafted courses in 2 modes, avoiding traps and combating a variety of adversaries. With over 25 weapons, 30 special powers, and extensive battle customization choices, players may try out numerous methods to get the greatest score. Over 30 handcrafted stages, as well as tight combat elements like double jumps, wall kicks, and dodge rolls, are key aspects. The game's infinite replayability enables players to always improve their skills and strive for the greatest possible results. Warm breezes and bright waters set a relaxed storybook tone from the first moments. Set across the islands of Mara, the game follows Koa, a warm courier whose courage grows with every voyage. Play flows through gentle platforming, light combat, and exploration that rewards timing and calm focus. Progression grows through upgrades, collectibles, and hidden routes that invite easy return trips. The soft color palette and soft soundtrack reinforce its welcoming rhythm. It stands as a very complete, satisfying adventure built for comfort, charm, and skill growth. Castle of Heart Retold captivates with its clever level design and thoughtful puzzles that keep players engaged at every turn. The story draws in with well-crafted characters and memorable moments, while the combat is satisfying and strategic. Each stage challenges skills without feeling unfair, making progression rewarding. The soundtrack complements the adventure perfectly, enhancing tension and excitement. Fans of thoughtful platformers and strategy-focused action will find this title thoroughly enjoyable and hard to put down.
The balance. Now,
Your call.
Cattails' Wildwood story is a delightful combination of life simulation and adventure, placing you in the claws of a wild cat exploring a gorgeously designed environment. Hunting, establishing a colony, and making friendships with other cats provide a surprisingly rich experience. The pixel graphic style is lovely, and the soundtrack adds to the relaxed yet adventurous vibe. There's an excellent combination of survival mechanics and relaxed exploration. Fans of Stardew Valley-style games will appreciate the flexibility and individuality found in this charming kitty adventure.
Nothing that can stop us. Along the way, you might even make...
A Wake Walker comes from a frozen world, charged with solving the planet's mysteries and finding a way out. The game has a Souls-like journey with stages organized around checkpoints and unlocks shortcuts for continued progress. The Awake Walker faces many groups competing for control of the planet's resources, and alliances must be carefully chosen to have long-term implications for the globe and its population. The game has sophisticated riddles and buried mythology, and players may tailor their loadout to their desired playstyle. The Awakening is a turn-based strategic survival game set in a planet destroyed by the catastrophic power the darkness. The game combines turn-based tactics with a rogue-like ambiance to create an original gameplay experience. Players must handle complex in-game events that test their strategic thinking and resource management abilities. The game's fighting system is based on an elaborate card battle engine that allows players to customize their decks and react to their opponent's unpredictable nature. Die for Valhalla is an action-packed platformer that combines intense combat with a rich Viking theme. The game features diverse enemies and satisfying weapon upgrades, making each battle engaging and rewarding. Its pixel art style and energetic soundtrack create a lively atmosphere that keeps players motivated. The level design encourages exploration and strategic play, adding depth to the gameplay. A fun challenge awaits with its varied mechanics and clever boss fights that keep things interesting throughout. Ghost Runner slashes through cyberpunk chaos with razor-sharp precision. Lightning-quick movement, wall running, and one-hit kills make every moment feel razor-edged and purposeful. The synth-heavy soundtrack pulses in sync with the tension, keeping the adrenaline high. Each level demands focus, timing, and mastery, rewarding those who embrace its punishing rhythm. It's not just about reflexes, it's a puzzle of motion and momentum. An intense climb through neon-lit ruins that satisfies those who crave a challenge with style and speed.
If you want to survive.
Garlic slams into the action platformer scene with punchy gameplay, slick controls, and a wild sense of humor. Each level cranks up the challenge without ever feeling unfair, and the pixel art explodes with style. The boss fights are pure adrenaline, matched with clever level design and laugh-out-loud moments. It's weird in all the right ways, balancing absurdity with satisfying precision. Momentum stays high, with just enough chaos to keep things fresh. A bold, fun-packed jump fest that's hard to put down.
When we finished playing tennis,
Whimsy and quiet melancholy intertwine in Horus, an unexpected platforming adventure. A small robot searches for purpose within a sprawling, story-rich world shaped by humor and heartfelt reflection. Platforming challenges range from precise stages to inventive twists that keep pacing varied. Boss encounters and genre shifts refresh the flow, encouraging adaptability. Collectibles and hidden references reward attentive exploration. Retro-inspired visuals and a thoughtful soundtrack add emotional texture. A distinctive adventure balancing challenge with surprising narrative depth.
Endearing platformers.
well, people certainly seem to like.
One extraordinary day shapes an entire lifetime in Sumair. A quiet young girl, grieving and disconnected, sets out through her rural village after a flower spirit grants a single wish. The pacing is gentle and deliberate, inviting conversation, small acts of kindness, and quiet discovery. Choices made throughout the day influence the ending, rewarding emotional engagement over rushing. Soft watercolor visuals and a tender piano score reinforce the bittersweet tone. A sincere narrative that lingers well beyond its final moments. Outbuddies DX sinks deep into retro Metroidvania vibes with moody pixel art and a moody synth soundtrack to match. The dual character mechanic adds a clever twist, encouraging both exploration and puzzle solving without slowing things down. Enemy encounters feel fair but demand attention, and the map rewards curiosity with satisfying secrets. There's a strong sense of progression, and movement feels responsive and smooth. This is a thoughtful adventure that respects the classics while adding a distinct identity. Demoniaca Everlasting Night is a gothic action platformer that combines disturbing images with a captivating aesthetic. To discover its mysteries, players go within the Tower of Babel, a realm of terror and depravity. They encounter great rulers and their minions, fighting in fierce battles to exact retribution. The game features seamless real-time fighting, making it suitable for novices while challenging seasoned gamers. Players may improve their talents and explore new regions within and outside the tower.